now, Pilly, you had posted that. Is it okay to talk about that date to some degree? Just say yes or no. She had a bad experience on a date. Maybe that's all I need to say. And she was willing to go out on a date. She was willing to have fun. She was willing. And this person ended up being an interesting prick, to say it nicely, to the point where she got scared. And for a woman, your safety and your security and your stability and your joy, the joy disappears. Your safety and your security is like, what the fuck? Because you felt safe and secure. And now you're not sure how or what's going to happen in the event of what's going on. So now your part of you is like, I've got to get the hell out of here and protect myself. And so now you're into fight, flight, freeze. You have to figure it out. Okay, so when we look at and see, and Pilly paid for, what did Pilly say? Pilly said, I think you just said anything. Anything spirit wants. But then Pilly said over here that it had to do with, you know, like not caring about others' emotions. What if I feel others' emotion or don't feel them anymore? And the thing is that after a while, let's say you're just done. That's what I hear. I'm done. Stick a fork in it. Get that damn carving knife. I'm done. And there's a part of you that hits enough's enough, and then all of a sudden you put walls up. Boom. This is what you do to protect that heart. You put walls up. And when you protect that heart, you're saying, I don't want to do this anymore. You've had enough experience that those experiences, again, this isn't an experience. But what is this? This is unresolved. It's unresolved, and it gets stored. Why? Because she was probably thinking about it over and over and over and over and over. Well, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to, you know? And the only answer was to put up a wall. What's happening? And you may not even be aware that you're putting that wall up there. Why can't, see, like right now, why can't things just be easy? And it's going to pull your attention. You know, you want to be doing one thing, but other things come into play. And that's what happens in life. Oh. How did this just die? Yeah. Okay, so guess what? My iPad decided to update as I'm still hooked into talking to Amy. I can get mad. I can you know, I'll get frustrated. I can do, depends on how you want to answer it. How is your reaction? This was a live experience for you about how something's not going right. So notice, not only are you to look at this unresolved issue, okay, but let's go a little bit further. Oh, I can't move that. Here's your brick wall. I want you from your spirit point to understand you have to look at your reaction. So there's a part of you that's expecting this, whatever the fresh experience is. Oh, you can't see it. Fresh experiences. Your fresh experience was that date. A part of you had an old reaction. So I'm going to ask, when was this? Something that happened at 24. So we're looking at something that happened at 24. And you had built a reaction and an experience at 24 that now this is active. It's like pulsating. Boof, boof, boof. And it's also going to emanate energy to attract energy. So you may not even be thinking, it's the body's consciousness that's doing it. So then she created this asshole to come out and say, hey, I'm a good guy, la, 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 you know, I've done everything for you. And notice how they gaslit you. Notice how their behaviors, I'm a great guy. So you apparently are attracting a certain personality, which is probably a narcissist. Close enough. A narcissist. Okay. The question is, Why do you have these? What is this about? It's a good to understand this happening, but why is this happening? You know, a little bit further we'll go. We're going to look at, hold on, I have to fix this. Amy, I can't get it to work. You call, I will push hello. You decided at 5, but when did you decide you were going to live through others? That's part of a genetic. Oh, now we're getting deep. An epigenetic says you have to live through others. Okay? Epigenetics, mom, dad, sperm, egg. Oh, God, we have to live through others. I haven't resolved my issue. Boom, created Pilly. Pilly comes in with an epigenetic of I have to live through others. This is like a trait that you pick up from the family. But you're asked to resolve it in this lifetime. Now you're like, okay, well, you don't know you're doing that. They're saying that at 5. Now this is preconception. Okay, a little bit before preconception. Let's look at it that way. Come on, why is this doing this? I don't know why it's doing this. But the preconception, again, it's an epigenetic. It's before you even got into the womb. It's the egg experience. And then what happened for you was at 5 years old, you said, no effing way. So now you're like, I am not going to live through other people's experiences. So now you're fighting between these two programs. You're fighting between these two programs. And because you're fighting with these two programs, oh, good Lord. See, everything's miscommunication. Nothing will work. Don't hang up, Amy. I was trying. There we go. Okay. So notice that you got two programs. This one was a stored, this one was epigenetics, and now you're talking about timelines that come into here. This is what I do when you come in to have a one-on-one healing experience. But I'm exaggerating this so that you can really get something out of this, okay? So a little bit further. You're fighting with this. Your fresh experience is, and that's why people are like, well, I don't remember what happened before birth. I don't remember what happened at 5. You don't have to. Your fresh experience will do it for you. But if you're seeing it through ego, why is this happening to me? Just back up the boat. Understand is that if you have a narcissist or a gaslighter, it's all about living their life. You have to live their way. That means you have to put self-imposed limitations. You have to, and you're like, but why would I do that? Good question. This is why. Shit, life's not working. What if I try this? Oh, crap, that don't work. What if I try this? Oh, man, what if this don't work? What do I do? How do I do this? And you'll keep doing this over and over again and again because you don't know how any of this is supposed to work. Okay, you're just like to the point you're exhausted. You put up heart walls. I fucking can't do this anymore. Enough's enough. So first of all, we have to heal. Enough's enough. And you're going to take wisdom out of that. Instead of pushing, not feeling, and can't do this, you're going to heal. That's what you would be looking at. That's what you'd be healing. And we would be taking and unlocking that key and just taking the key out and saying, well, no, we're not doing that anymore. I would say heal that first. Then you go in and then you understand that you have a reaction to heal. Okay, which could be just enough's enough, but there might be some hidden stuff. You expect it. We would heal this. How you hate or dislike or love, because you're like, why would I want to love a gaslighter? Okay, what if your parents were a gaslighter? What does that mean? That means that you would turn around and find, oh, that's so attractive, but not knowing that that's their personality. So we would have to look and heal that one. Then we would have to go in and heal having to live through others. And then we'd have to heal, there's no fucking way I'm going to act that. So it's breaking it down. It sounds like a lot of healing. And you're like, why bother? Well, do you like your life? And when you begin to break down these little things, it doesn't take long to do. You heal, you learn. You're like, I'm not going to act that way. Oh, I can see how I act that way. And you start to get epiphany upon epiphany upon epiphany. You stop breathing life into that alter ego, that statue, that shit. Hopefully this makes sense to you. Thank you, Pilly. Okay, so this is kind of like what our classes are going to be like. You're going to see detail instead of me just talking detail. See? Pilly said it's never enough. Yep, I tried different ways to deal with it. She gets it. She gets it. I'm not putting this shit in her head. This is her energy. This is her field. This is what it is. And she is beginning to know this.